Thank you. Appreciate it.
May I record this conversation? Marshall classified only. This will make it easier for those who need to be in the know to play this back.
Yeah, I've got no problems with it.
Okay.
You, Nora?
Yeah, I'm okay with it as well.
All right.
Also good with it.
All right. Fantastic.
This is Bella, by the way, Brian.
Pleasure to
Yeah, I was
meet
going
you.
to introduce himself once it started recording, so.
Understood. I'm going to be Director Brian Knight. State Marshals, all signed 495. Collectively, y'all have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in court of law. Right to attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state. If one is available, do you understand your rights as they've been read to you today?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Could you, starting on my left, state your names one at a time?
Yeah. Nora Thomas, 2018-4. I'm Bella Lux, 3365.
Frank Skinner, 12742.
All right. Fantastic. We can all speak in our normal voices. I think we should be pretty safe from anyone listening in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I want to go up the speed a little bit just to make sure I understand some of the background. I understand that you were approached yesterday or the day before over some annoyance over some news articles. Is that, and then you've been followed around? Maybe it's best that you kind of recap it for me just to make sure I'm on the same page.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
invited to a dinner party on account of some of the articles that we've written about. During that dinner, it was explained to us that that yourself, Brian, had been making it known to gangs around the city that you know what they do for them, and essentially it was also tied back to an article we wrote about in edition 15 of the newspaper, and it's become very clear since then that we are not safe.
Oh no, I just realized what 15 would be about. Is that the one that talked about and was going to show something? A picture we said don't put up.
Not that. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. He talks about the underworld, for saying so.
Oh, fucking Gunnar Kane, the fucking gift that keeps on giving. Look, I recognize why the article needed to be written. The public deserves to know the truth.
Yes, truth being told, Mr. Hart, we never really told the truth because we know more, and I think
Yeah.
they know that.
Oh, they do know that, yeah.
I'd like to hear from you. What's happened the last 48 hours for y'all, or 72, wherever you need to sort of begin. And obviously, there's something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Constant visits from Charlie. You candid conversations with him.
Yeah.
Dinner with Mr. Blue. And few interactions with gang members who've made it clear that they're not too happy with this.
Why gang members that are upset about y'all?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
Wait,
what
why?
for what we were told. And it was tied back with what Frank said about you talking to gang members and knowing what they're doing. It looks like they've been made aware that we do have a lot more information than what we wrote in that article.
Do y'all... Okay, that's a bit puzzling. As far as I'm aware, haven't really heard anything from y'all coming our way that would have been actionable, at least against them. But I will tell you what I think is occurring, and I think it's going to require a bit of a collective effort to figure out where to go from here. As you're aware, there was a article written, issue 16. I guess my first question is, did that come from Brandon Valentino?
You know, normally, Brian, we don't give up our sources, but at this point, he is
Yeah.
is not a source. The answer is yes and no. The original person who gave that story to us, yes, was Brandon Valentino. But it seems like it's become clear since that maybe he was not the one who wrote it. Or at least some of the words within it.
So you believe... So you never got it. You can't say for certain whether he wrote it.
No, we never
No.
watched him handwrite it, you know. We met with him twice. Once an introduction, well, 3 times actually, Nora, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
think.
It was 3
Yeah.
times. One to talk about what he wanted to do. Just we went over it. Then one to actually speak about what was gonna happen, and one in which he delivered. One he delivered the article to us, and one where we gave him a copy. 3 times in total.
And so he at least... Okay. So he did take ownership of it, I take it. I guess what I'm trying to assess here is whether he was given this and said he wrote it. I did crack the puzzle, so to speak.
That one of the things when Nora said we got something for you. Obviously, you know the situation with our office and who rents out the 3rd floor, Mr. Frederick White. So we've determined our office is not safe for us anymore. So we were just discussing going in there very quickly and clearing it out. And it was at that point we realised we have the notebook that Brandon gave us, and potentially if anyone else did write it, their fingerprints might be all over it for you.
Okay. The one with the writing that was to be posted?
Yeah, the one that was delivered to us.
There you go.
Okay. What day did he give it to you? You recall what specific day? Like, from the date of the publication, which I believe was the 14th, how many days prior to that do you suspect he gave this to you?
I think it was that week.
See, for like a day, I'd say 2 days max before.
Okay.
It was the Wednesday. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
it was a rush to write the paper that week, if I remember rightly.
And did he hand it to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, obviously, with this being an ongoing investigation, there are going to be some details I cannot disclose for not just investigative integrity, but for y'all's own good, right? The more you know, the more that puts you in danger, whether maybe not in the immediate, but if it push comes to shove, right? You're forced to give information, and then they ask what more do they know. But I will tell you this. They did this to themselves. And take this for what you will. In fact, I was planning to reach out to you for an article to be published. Is that you will find that over the many, many weeks, this organization attempted in what we believe, either to A, distract us, or to infiltrate. And they used our biggest weakness, which is protecting and serving everyone, regardless of their background. So when we needed to protect someone, we did, no questions asked. And as you will learn in due course, they burned everything that they had in order to attempt to succeed. And I think as they licked their wounds, eventually resulting in me being stabbed, that's all it was. They did all this to get to me, to get to Sassum, perhaps as a way to dissuade us. But here's the reality of the matter. Once again, something that you will see is that they burned all their assets. They allowed information to get out on their own accord. And I think the actions that took place, including, but not limited to, this 10 steps ahead bullshit, I think what they were really trying to do is to try to make your assets believe that Mr. Valentino was, that they had planned this all along, and that all the snitching that may or may not have occurred was all a part of their plan. But in doing so, they burned all their own people. And now they're looking for scapegoats. Trying to convince gang members, gang leaders, or independent criminals that, look, we took care of the problem. That maybe Frank and Nora were the ones that gave up this, that, or the third, or maybe this other person or this other person. They're trying to cover their tracks, and they're looking for scapegoats. The individuals that they came to you about,
would have been me. I'm checking for this footsteps you're talking about.
Before.
the concerns
I don't see.
the concerns that were brought up about what gang members are saying, those are concerns that they created themselves. And I think when we next speak about a potential article exposing all of this, I think some of that will start to become clear. But like I said, I'm being somewhat cryptic here, as some of these things are active in investigation, but Mr. Valentino is now a suspect.
Yeah, we're not surprised by that, based off the fact they gave us a photograph of you being stabbed yesterday.
I don't know really what that proves. I don't think some of the information that leaked out of their own organization that now have their assets upset ever came from you or anyone else. It came from within. And I think that's what makes them afraid. And I think that's what makes some of these crews angry. But like I said, sometimes people like them may try to sacrifice the scapegoats in order to appease the masses.
They've given us instructions on a article. Maybe not instructions, maybe suggestions would be the right word.
Yeah. That's
For an
what I
article
thought, yeah.
to write this week. The problem we face is, well, I'm sure you can appreciate we don't want to be doing the bidding over the newspaper. So they've said to us before they actually like the newspaper because we don't say names or locations because we're not stupid. But if we publish the article they want us to write this week,
I can color 2 doors.
if we don't write names, we
Not
are
really, it's not-
Doing
not
what they
re-
want.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I would recommend that the marshals have a copy of whatever they send your way in advance so that we can at least
It's
have
not so
record
much,
if you are pushed
not
to it.
so much anything that they want to write. It's just they've given us notes on
Oh,
what could, just suggestions. Maybe you could talk about this.
Even gave us a suggested name for the article.
Yeah, headline and all.
what do you have the notes on you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just talk about this, talk about that. It wasn't even written or anything. It was just ideas for us to remember.
May I ask what those ideas, like what were some of the suggestions?
The headline was the 10 steps ahead.
That's when they gave us the
And
photo. Yeah.
yeah, I think that image is to illustrate what happened. How they were 10 steps ahead, I guess.
Well, I got a headline.
Okay.
Faceless snitch out their own assets in order to stab Brian Knight. And I'd love to discuss some of the damage that they've done. The media is a very powerful tool, but you know what's just as powerful? Evidence. And I will say that the state marshals are in discussion to start declassifying the truth. Because I think when the people hear the truth, they'll learn very quickly that they've been simply puppets in a game in which the Faceless discards as they will for their own pleasures. And right now, they're trying to win by their false narratives. But just as they had to write an article 2 weeks back to make these claims, sure, maybe there was some double agency taking place, but they received nothing. But in return, many people went to jail, paid, and now their own plan, I don't really quite get it. They hard snitched everyone to stab me. Very confusing.
It's interesting because after this dinner we were invited to, there was, I would say, display of force, maybe. Frank, was that?
Say that again for me. Sorry, Nora.
After the dinner, when we were outside.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
fine.
the display of force, yeah.
Yeah, we were just there waiting. And a lot of people starting to show up. It was like they didn't care anymore if we saw their faces, or maybe not faces, but if we saw them. So I don't know if they just changed that strategy and burned their assets with you and decided to go all out with us as well.
We should be nearly done here. It is also on recording.
Copy that.
Kitchen.
How much time do you have for the paper?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to have it finished by tomorrow.
Okay. I need to get some things cleared, and see if I can get you something tonight, but I may not be able to.
Okay.
But I can give you something to run with. State marshals are aiming to get reports declassified, things that we deem necessary for the public to learn, because they should not be kept in the dark. Dangers that may be present, as well as past actions that may help shape their worldview. If the people can't trust law enforcement, who can they trust? That's why they turn to entities such as the Faceless. Over the past couple weeks, I do believe the Faceless have been playing a game. But as you will see, when the reports begin to drop, that they kind of played themselves. And they're looking for scapegoats in order to cover up the fact that they have snitches on the inside. I think Mr. Valentino may have been framed as being the snitch, only to then make the claim that it was all calculated. Multiple times did the marshals, Blaine County Sheriff's Office, and the Los Santos Police Department put a stop to it. Multiple times over this escapades were many of them thrown into jail. But I think people who work with them today need to start asking themselves the question, why work for an entity that will use you as fodder for something as simple as trying to stab the director? Why put yourself at risk? Because when I stand back and ask the question, what did they accomplish? To me, it's just a poor cover-up.
I think part of what they did to Edgar is them showing those assets now that you're in. This is what's going to happen to you if you try and get out. There's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if there's one or two of them that want to get out. But I've seen what happens when you feel that way.
Yeah. There's a lot that's been going on in the office, and know that we're here to do what we can to make sure we keep you safe. So please do not hesitate to let us know. I will say one thing. Everything that's happened the last few weeks was quite centered on Brandon's desire to stab me. A message from the Faceless effectively saying to stop. And the third as an attempt to suggest that all the snitching was calculated. But the reality is they did more damage to their own people. All for Brandon to just ego. Now they're just trying to pass the blame so they can continue to try to keep control of people that they'll very much go and disregard when the time comes.
Yeah, I think in their minds they use the newspaper to not so much trick us, but also to trick every single person that reads it, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There's so much more I want to discuss, but I don't want to stay here too long.
I'm where I said I would be. Where'd you wander off to?
Perhaps we try to chat again tomorrow.
You didn't listen to a
Okay.
word I said.
Is there
Okay.
anything else you want to
Let's meet
discuss?
back at the hotel, okay? Well, how hard could it be? You got money, right? Pop your happy ass into a taxi cab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, God. Okay.
I guess we need to tell you 100% the truth of why we were receiving these calls from Blue Man and from Charlie. They definitely do not like the articles we've posted, but there's another reason. Some time ago, when we started the newspaper, a lot of information started to fall on our laps. And we were aware we could not publish or do much with a lot of the names or specifics, because that would just put a target on our backs. So we came together as a group just to share information, just to, I don't know, I guess just to get some hope and gather wherever we could. I don't know if you heard the name of this group, probably have, but this group was called Echo.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I think you've heard this name in more than one thing. I think in things that are not related to us. But we did have a group called Echo. Well, the Blue Man, Charlie, became aware of this vigilante group, as they're called. And these phone calls, these meetings, this Charlie visiting us every single day for a while was more of them asking us if we were going to keep living this double life. That's how these past weeks actually started.
Did y'all approach Bobby first?
This is the thing that doesn't have anything to do with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
We-
were
we were
just
j-
as confused as you are when you heard
Yeah.
that name.
In
Did
fact,
y'all
we were pissed off, I would say, when we heard him using that name. Would be the right phrase, at least for me.
did y'all kidnap Helios?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it because you believe he's related to the Faceless?
Yes.
Yeah. Our one rule that day was we were never going to hurt him. Yeah. We know he knows more than he told us. He basically told us as much, but he chose to protect his friends over telling the truth.
Loyalty.
what did he say? What is his relationship?
It was all the way back to October 2024. He was around when all of this was starting. The guerrillas.
That's why
Edgar.
they were all in our panel.
Matthew Colby, Edgar, Frederick White, Brandon. Action Caption.
He was
He's
a
even,
part of that crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
The house when we moved in was bright green all over. Still from Guerrillas HQ, we believe.
And what was like the last known connection? Because AK died a long time ago. Tripas split. What makes you think he continued to work with the Faceless in any capacity?
Wasn't so much that we thought he was still working with them.
The green one.
I guess his closest relationship with him right now is definitely Frederick White.
Yeah.
I'll pick up
But,
some fat chips
It's
on the way.
more the amount of information that he has.
Yeah. We were investigating this all the way back from the beginning, and became clear there were pieces of the puzzle we were missing, and we suspected he might know a few of them, and I still believe he does. Like I said, we were our one rule was we were never going to hurt him. It was to intimidate him. My one regret about Echo, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Is there anything he said during the, let's say, the Echo situation with him that alluded to him still working with the Faceless?
Oh, he literally said towards the end of it, basically, that it was like it was on the tip of his tongue, and he outright said he cannot tell us due to his relationships with those people.
He said he cared
Jesus.
about them too much.
Yeah, it was like it was right there. He was ready to tell us, but he just couldn't do it.
Understood. Who
You know what
were
this might mean for us, Brian, but by the time we tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Look, it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing right now. Obviously, I can't condone in any way what happened months ago, but I know that it takes a lot to underline these things. Look, who are the others? Were they marshals?
No.
No.
Was it Dante? You don't have to say verbally. At some level, I need to know who's your friend and who's your foe. Especially wherever things may lead over the next few weeks. And if you are put in danger.
There's one person we can tell you. We don't know, even after all this time, we don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Name's goes by Mr. Waxford. First met him the first week we start, well, second week of the newspaper.
Hey, Rocco, it's me.
Haven't seen him for a while.
I had the worst food poisoning
Last
last
day we saw him actually was the first time Charlie took us to meet the Blue Men.
Hmm.
So Mr. Waxman,
Mr. Waxford.
he brought you to Charlie?
No,
No.
no,
No,
no.
no.
We
Or Mr.
we
Blue
met.
Man?
It was just a coincidence. We met with him. We took him to a location to talk. We hadn't seen him in a few weeks, and a bit worried about him. We haven't seen him since with everything going on. And that week, Charlie had
It's this guy I just met.
they'd found out about Echo. We believe likely through Frederick White and his relationship with Helios.
Infection.
And Charlie had given us 7 days to make a decision over the future of Echo. And he came to visit us every day for 7 days to torture us in the meantime. And it was when we were taken to meet the Blue Men for the first time.
I'm sorry, the timeline, I'm kind of a little confused. So
Okay.
did the torture, did the Helios situation happen first, or?
Yeah, Helios first. The 7 days of Charlie. They found out about Echo probably, what was it, Nora, about 3 weeks ago ish?
Yeah, Helios was around 2 months ago, maybe even more.
Do you think
Um,
that's why Helios gave you a place so they could watch you?
I don't, timing wise, I don't believe so because we did it
Nah.
beforehand. But I think it is definitely while Frederick White is on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Um,
Need a cigarette.
and Mr. Waxford, was that the first time?
We've
what
known
sense?
him.
The with the Helios, was that the, what was Mr. Waxford, was that the first time you met him, or did you know him for a while leading up to it?
Known him for a while. Like I say, it was like
Yeah.
the 2nd week of the newspaper we were approaching him. If you want my, this is a gut feeling. I believe he is likely the person behind all the artwork.
Yeah, those
That was
posters.
those posters that were around just before the newspaper started.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I met him was in an alleyway, and there was a poster placed behind him. Strange place to leave a poster if you want somebody to see it, you know, in middle of nowhere.
And as for the others in the video with Helios, who arranged them? Did Mr. Waxford? Did y'all?
It was a group. Oh, we were back and forth whether to ask him. We weighed up the pros and cons about whether that would work, and then honestly, the plan for the interview and all that was me and Nora. We wanted to, we didn't really fully agree with it, but we wanted to at least do it in a way that we could control it and make sure he didn't get hurt. Everyone was on the same page, but we didn't want any room for things to go wrong.
I understand if you want to keep the others' identity close. I can respect that, but I do need to know, like, who knew them. You know, did you at least know who they were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That at least closes a loop for me. You know, my bigger concern being if those individuals decide to flip, right? I mean, it's been a while, right? Whether they'd flip on you, and
I'll be honest, at this point, I already know everything about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sure
We were
that
invited for our last supper this week.
this is a couple days ago, after the stabbing, after I was stabbed.
Yeah.
What happened?
Charlie came to pick us up. He was dancing.
It was really cheerful.
Yeah. Made us dressed to the nines, wearing our best suits and our best attire, and walked in. There was a man wearing a white mask, playing some classical music on the piano. And
White
then we were
mask.
Yes.
white mask we have seen before at the masquerade.
Exactly.
What?
They'd asked us previously what we wanted to be for our last meal. I chose a glizzy. For old time's sake. Nora had a carbonara. One point he made me point a gun at Nora. Scared me, and it worked. And yeah. And he started to go into the real meaning of the meeting about what we told you about, you know, the stuff that was going around about Article 15, and he revealed the stuff about Brandon and the 10 steps ahead in the article. And when we left, we saw roughly about 10 faceless assets walking into the building.
And when you say 10 faceless assets, you mean...
Oh, they were all wearing masks, but they were masks of gangs and organisations we all know are tied to them. A couple of them are unrecognisable in their attire. Yeah, William Hunter being one of them. Red and white mask, Chaos Legion outfit.
They stood there just watching us, kind of letting us know that we all know. We've all seen our faces, or we all know who is here now.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time, Nora?
Oh yeah, no, just they stood there, you know, crossed arm, just watching us, kind of letting us know that this is who we are, you know. It was just a display of force.
Who so there was a white mask, a blue mask. Was there anyone else masked? Like with that same, you know, mask type?
No.
Was Charlie present?
He dropped us off
One
and
second.
left us.
A lot of vehicles in the area.
Could be a night race.
All right, this is going a little bit longer. I appreciate you guys being patient. There is a recording of this that will be going up afterwards. Definitely something worth listening to for any actions that may need to take place over the next couple days. Okay. They're very trusted individuals on that station who are
When you say worth listening to, do you mean like Rush or like Taylor Swift?
I love Rush. Oh my god.
Age check.
yeah. So we're going to be monitoring this very closely. Obviously, your safety is our priority here, especially given who it is that you're dealing with, right? So people will be appraised, so such that if something does happen, we can at least attempt to do our best to keep y'all safe. There's a chase going around this.
Yeah, it's okay. Spent the last few days on edge. What's one hour more, you know?
Yeah. They're going to use the power of your newspaper in order to spin a narrative. I think I almost implore you to do the opposite with some of what I have said. Because what is, you know, there is their side, there is the other side, and then there's the truth.
The constant battle we've had with the with this whole faceless thing, to be honest. At times it's killed us, not right. And if you look at the confessions of an asset, it's why we specifically said the words without naming names or
no
locations. As they said, that's why they like the newspaper. But yeah, we are not a fan of them thinking they are writing our paper.
I don't know. Do you have somewhere that you can stay safely?
We're in the process of making arrangements. We might be spending some time up north.
Okay. Taking shelter, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. All right. Should probably get moving.
Yeah.
I appreciate this, and look, we need a way to stay in touch in case things get really bad.
Oh, look, on the bright side there, Mr. Light, you get to look Lucas Miller in the face and tell him he was right for once.
Yeah.
So,
Well. Oh. Wait, he... Oh, about you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
How he was onto his... He had his
yeah, we knew about this for a
sliding
while.
sinker. Oh, you fuckers. Okay.
Well, I mean... We can't exactly charge someone for something we can't prove, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now we can, but it's a long time ago at this point.
I mean, we are aware, you know? We told you this fully knowing what could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we honestly expected to go to jail at the end of this. So,
Yeah.
It would... the state marshals, we're here for what is in the best interest of individuals and of people. And I know fully well that putting you in jail now would just mean confirmation for the Faceless that you may have spoken, right? And that would just be your death. So, that's not something we'll do today. Those are matters that can certainly be closed in a different manner. But okay.
okay.
All right. I will be ending this recording at 6:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right.
Jessica, thank you to you and the others for... Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What we'll do is, once you drive out, we will send me another ping in 5 minutes. 146, and that ping is just to indicate that you are safe.
Okay.
I would recommend
Perfect.
that you drive to the resort, ping me there, and that tells me at least you weren't followed for 5 minutes. And
Okay.
if we don't get the ping in 5 minutes, we'll unintentionally drive by, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one
Yeah,
thing I
perfect.
feel like I should have said on the recording, by the way. It's just
Oh.
that Ella works at the newspapers. She was never a part of Echo.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
She's
I understand.
she's writing for us. She's with us right now because she used to live on Grove Street, so it's not safe for her.
Understood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
my life's great.
Welcome to the paper, Bella.
Yeah, I love it here. All right, thank you.
Y'all stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Knight.
Okay, they're going to be exiting now. I've instructed they drive to the resort on Great Ocean, and in 5 minutes send me a ping. If I do not receive the ping, it means they're in distress.
Yeah, they're leaving. They're turning at the movie studio, heading towards that direction.
Okay, firm. I'll give you kind of a shortened version of what will be on the recording. They're being targeted by the Faceless and being forced to publish an